Okay, so with that being said, the first question from Cryptotherapy. Let me go ahead and play this.
Hi, Token Metrics team. Thank you for all the great work that you guys are doing, helping to take us all to the moon. Just want to find out what is the best way to get in and out of these different tokens, the fastest way possible, and also the cheapest way. Thank you very much. Again, I really appreciate all the work that you guys are doing. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, caller. So the question, just to kind of recap. So what is the best way to essentially trade tokens in and out, and what's the most cost-effective way? So I have covered this before in the past. So right now the hype is DeFi, DEXs, and one DEX we think anybody out there should keep an eye on this one. Actually, this was one of the well, not coins yet, but one of the projects we covered with our professional plan and also with our customers via the email list this week. Just give me a second, I'm trying to pull it up. But 1inch Exchange. This is a DEX aggregator. So if you're active in DeFi, if DeFi is life right now, you should be trading on a DEX aggregator, I believe, right? So as opposed to going to one single DEX to make one trade, it lets you put in your trade and it will go through and find the best trade for you, right? It will find the best trade execution. This right here is a game changer, right? I mean, to a point where this can literally save you money. Depending on how much money you have, it can save you thousands of dollars. Right? So for example, if you want to trade Ethereum and you want to go to Aleph, if I'm saying that right, as opposed to going to one exchange, right? This says, okay, as opposed to going to the popular exchange, let's shift 20% of your portfolio to Balancer, right? So it does the heavy lifting for you, right? It's kind of like smart order routing. It takes your trade and sees what will be the best execution across all DEXs, right? And all this is automated, right? So for example, if we go ahead and make this 1000 ETH, it will switch to, it should update. Okay, maybe it's not updating. Not sure. Maybe that's too big of a trade. Okay. Okay. So let's do 10 ETH, right? So if we do, why isn't this updating? Okay. Anyway, Okay, but you guys understand the point, right? So if you want to trade DeFi, anything ERC20 based, this is probably the best exchange to go to, right? They'll also be launching the token. If you're a customer, be sure to go to our newsletter archives to check out our review. Actually, this is also on Token Metrics as well, right? The tech review on 1inch Exchange is on the platform. And this is definitely one token we think that is worth watching. Now, we're not saying go out there and FOMO buy this off of exchanges the first day. No. What we're saying is long term, the technology on this is amazing. However, the entry, if you're trying to accumulate long term, you may have to kind of time that, right? Because typically there's too much massive FOMO early on with these new DeFi tokens, right? But long term speaking, the technology on 1inch Exchange is legit, and any token they launch from a code perspective is good. Now fundamentals will likely be very low because it's a new token. There won't be the much liquidity, right? There won't be many fiat pairs, and just kind of it has to kind of build its way up, right? But if people are looking for the next YFI, this could possibly be it, right? Obviously, it's slightly different, but to kind of put things in perspective, right? So here, let me pull up this screen. Actually, sorry, it was the founder of. I'm sorry, let me pull it up here. Give me a second. Hayden, Uniswap's founder, posted that Uniswap has more trading volume than Coinbase. I mean, this is incredible, right? Incredible, right? So this was one of my retweets on Twitter. Okay, so let me pull up, right? So his tweet here says, wow, Uniswap protocol 24-hour trading volume is higher than Coinbase for the first time ever. Uniswap had $426 million in daily trading volume versus Coinbase's $348 million. I mean, DeFi is blowing up. I mean, if you've not hopped on this bandwagon, I mean, money is moving. I mean, DeFi money is moving mountains in crypto right now, right? So the fact that this DEX has more trading volume than Coinbase. Now, the picture he had here was Coinbase Pro, right? So I think this is slightly different from the actual Coinbase. But regardless, I mean, that is a lot, right? And Uniswap has no token. OneInch Exchange is trying to compete with Uniswap, and they'll be launching a token, right? And in their equity round, they had investors like Binance Labs and some other big names. So, I mean, this is definitely one DEX to keep an eye on. And if they're launching a token, because just kind of think from just market share, right? Imagine if all the major DEXs had tokens, right? Right now, they don't really have tokens, right? We think when OneInch Exchange launches, this could compete with all the major DeFi exchanges, right? And going to CoinMarketCap or to CoinGecko, actually, let me go to CoinMarketCap. There aren't really any major ones with. Let me see if they cover OneInch Exchange. I wonder if they have their trading volume. Actually, they do have their trading volume, it looks like. Okay, so OneInch Exchange has $58 million in trading volume. Now, this is a DEX aggregator, right? So, and I think once they launch a token, then more people will FOMO into this because people love tokens, right? So the fact that people can yield farm, do all kinds of things with the token, or have liquidity mining, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. So to answer your question, kind of at a high level, using DEX aggregators, I think, is a very cost-effective way to kind of very effectively trade. This is only for ERC20 tokens. If you're doing other tokens, then it's totally different. If you're doing other tokens or basically trading on exchanges, I think you have to pretty much leverage smart order routing. But that's typically for institutions. There were some prime brokers that were trying to leverage that. There was Tagomi, which got bought by Coinbase, but that's typically for institutions. It's very hard to have an account there. And I don't think they closed up shop, did they? Let me just take a look here. So if you're an institution, then maybe check into Tagomi. One other one we did cover was LCX, but that one is kind of still, I think, still pretty new and nowhere as big as this. Then there was the Binance IEO. I forget what the name was, but it was backed by, I think, Neo Global Capital. Then there are a few others, right? But really, I would say what I personally do, even though I haven't really done this in the past, if we had large trades or if we had a large position that was illiquid, basically, let's say we have, because we invested and we're advising lots of projects in the crypto space, and sometimes the trading volume was very small. So what we would do, we would sell basically OTC through a market maker, and we would have them, basically they would handle the execution of that trade through their trading bots and trading algorithms. So there's so many different options. You have OTC, you have market makers. That's kind of more for people with larger portfolios. Then you have DEX aggregators. Bill, anything to kind of add to that from your perspective?
Sure. So OneInch has got Galaxy Digital, Mike Novogratz behind it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, that's like the premier crypto hedge fund, and he's ex-Goldman. So that's pretty much all I would need to know about OneInch in terms of their token. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with you. In this new DeFi era, it's OneInch is not going to sneak up on anybody. It's going to have a FOMO price out of the gate. But realistically speaking, there hasn't been a sequel to Binance Coin, right? A coin attached to a big exchange, right? So, why not OneInch? Now, from a contrarian point of view, if Uniswap has eclipsed Coinbase, as soon as I heard that, I was actually thinking that the stuff on Coinbase might start mooning. We were sort of hinting at that earlier. right?
Mhm.
In other words, there could be a massive catch-up rally. And again, if you're watching the show, I may have to have the moon behind me replaced with a vinyl record with a slight crack in it, because I keep saying this over and over again about this thing about, it starts with the small coins or the small stocks. And then when all of it really explodes is when the Uniswap bid moves and volume moves into like the Coinbase arena. So I
Yeah.
think it's going up a lot now, and Galaxy Digital is making kind of a late in the game investment in 1inch. I mean, that's Galaxy Digital's way of like just saying moon it all.
Moon it all.
Moon it all.
Yeah.
Moon it all.
I like that. I like that.